Good morning. I hope you can hear me, Lynn. I can see you're watching. Just putting my iPad in the right orientation and then you can comment. Just putting my iPad in the right orientation and then you can comment. Good morning, Lynn. I've got 4 people on there. Good morning, Lynn. I've got 4 people on there. Good morning, Lynn. Just need to get people on there. Can you hear me all right? Right, we're going to start with the box this morning. I can hear but you can't hear me. No, I can't hear you because you can only type messages. You can't hear me. So you can only type messages and then I read them. Katie said the sound's okay. Right. Lovely, thank you for the message, Polly. Right. As I say, we're going to start with the box. So the idea behind this box is a box for sending during lockdown for somebody's birthday. Although when we come out of lockdown, yay, we can, hi Polly, you can still send it to somebody. It's a really lovely idea. So it's tied up with a ribbon. So just undo the ribbon, open it, and then inside you've got everything for a birthday. You've got a balloon, candle, 4 candles, chocolate if you haven't eaten it. Did tell you you'd be really sad if you ate your chocolate, and the card. Right, so this card opens out, not that way, that way. You've got happy birthday, and then you've got somewhere to write your message here. Okay. As I said in my message on the class page, we won't be finishing this today. That'll be your homework. I'm just going to take you through how to do the box and how to do the little accordion thing. Then you'll have to stick on your letters, etc., and decorate it. Right, let's put that to one side. Oops. So in your pack, should have 3 long pieces of card. Now, 2 have got this edge on. These are your outer pieces. So you've got 2 with an edge on. You want to make sure that the edge is folded in like that and then folded up. I think I scored it for you. So accordioned up like that. One end, and that's the other end. So sorry about my voice. And then you want to stick these together, but you want to be careful because you still want to carry on. This is the right side. You've all got different papers. You still want to carry on the accordion. So this one will want to be a valley. Do you see what I mean? So this bit will go under there and carry on the accordion like that. And then making sure your little bit is on the outside. That will be... you want to make sure you've got it the right way round. So this one wants to be a mountain. There we are. That's a mountain. So it all folds up like that. So I hope Leslie says she can hear me all right. That's good. Good morning, Leslie. Good morning, everybody. Right, so once you've got that, you may need to refold the insides the other way. You want to stick it. So leave it so it's, you know how it's laid out. Just lift up one, put glue on here. Always get glue that doesn't work. And then stick that on there, making sure that the edges are married up and straight. Okay. Then you're going to do exactly the same thing with this bit. Again, making sure your accordion's right. So I hope you're all okay. Seems to have been so quick since last class. Whole month's disappeared. Right, so then you can fold it up like that. Okay, might want to give it a press. Then open it out, and then you should have 10 pieces of blue card and 10 pieces of white card in your pack. And what you're going to do is you're going to stick the white card onto the blue card, so all 10 pieces. As I say, I'm not going to do all this because it'll be too laborious, boring for you to watch. So we're just going to do one. Then what you're going to do is you're going to decorate it. In your pack you should have a happy. Might have a little bit of stuff stuck in it, so you might want to put that on so it's diagonal like that. Okay, so use your silicone craft mat if you've got one. Don't go mad with the glue, just little dabs of glue, sort of like that. Probably too much, Rosie. And then stick that on there like that. And then stick that one on there. And then the next one will be BIRTHGAY, and then a plain one for you to write your greeting on. And you can decorate your I put spare paper in. Right, if you look at mine, I've cut out little flowers and bits and pieces and dotted them about. You'll have to be led by the paper that you have. If you've got some paper and it's got, say, that on the edge, don't throw it away. You can cut it out and then stick it right on the edge of your paper, perhaps, or your card like that, as though it's been cut through. Or on top of your letter, that was one that's cut from the edge, or at the bottom there. So you can do lots with it, and there's one that's been cut off the edge of the paper. So that's the little thing. I'll show you how to put the ribbon in. Right, so you want to put the ribbon in through there, round the back, through the other side, got a twist in it. I want to do it so it's not twisted. Then equal it up as much as possible and tie a bow. Might have started a couple of minutes early, but I don't think it was that early, Lynn. Are you all right? Can you type a message? And to Nikki, are you both up with where I am? Because if not, I'll just give you a quick repeat. You can message me. Lynn and Nikki, could you message me and let me know that you're all right? Otherwise, I'll go on. Oh, sticking your B. You are getting ahead, Lynn. That's good. That's good. You're behind, Nikki. Did you want me to... Whereabouts are you? Have you stuck the concertina bit? I'll just run through the concertina bit again, Nikki. I've got a spare one here. Right, so in your pack, Nikki, you've got 3 bits of DSP. 2 have got the end cut here. These are your outer bits. And then this one, which is shorter and doesn't have any decoration on the ends, is your inner bit. And you want to carry on the concertina. So you may need to fold it the other way, like that, so it makes a concertina. And that one goes on there. So you stick those together to carry on the concertina. Okay? You all right, Nikki? And then you stick the happy onto the first bit of card. So you stuck the white to the blue, Nikki, and then you put the happy on there, stick it on like that. And then that's the first one. The rest you need to do yourself. So it's BIRTHDAY, and then the last one will be a plain one for you to write your sentiment. Right, I'm going to move on now. I'll just quickly reshow the box so Nikki knows what it is. This is the box, Nikki. It's the idea behind it is for a birthday during lockdown. You can send it to somebody. So you've got your ribbon there to tie it up. Okay. Right, so we're going to make the box next. So in your pack, you should have a box like this. You need to fold and burnish your lines, but don't go too hard on them with your bone folder because they will crack. This is food safe, so the shiny side is the inner side, which is food safe, which means you could put cakes or biscuits or edibles in there. But we're obviously putting chocolate in. Hope you didn't eat your chocolate, you lot. Otherwise you won't have anything to go in, will you? So fold and burnish all the lines, school lines. Right, so I've folded and burnished all those. This is this part, the top bit, without these edge bits on, is the lid. So you're going to make the bottom first. So you want to fold these in, these bits in like that. And then you need about 10 hands for this. Then you fold those bits in. Just do one side at a time, bend that back a bit. So you've got that in like that. You ate yours, Pauline. Oh, well, you find something else to put in there. Right, and then you want to trap these 2 little bits under here. So you bring this up, push it in, and there are holes here. You can see them better on this side. They might have bits in. You want to get rid of the bits. And then that clips in. So just push it in with your fingernails. So that has clipped in. You can see the bits have come through. So I've formed that side of the box. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing the other side. Get rid of these bits. So pushing that in. Hello Hilary, how are you feeling? I hope you're feeling a bit better. Are you up or are you watching this in bed? And then push that in. So there we have the box formed. You push these in to close it, and these just fit in there. It's a nice solid box. I could have burnished that a bit more, I think. So there we have one box. Now all we need to do is decorate it. So the first thing to do, I said to you, the double-sided sellotape or some sellotape. I've got double-sided tape. You're going to lay, squash the roll, look at that. I'm going to lay the tape. So here's the opening. You want to lay the tape in the middle, so I'm just eyeballing it. Get rid of the hair, cat hair I think. So eyeballing it, lay it across there, then right across the middle, and then down that side and underneath. And cut that. Be careful not to go right over the join, obviously, because the box won't open. And then get your ribbon. Oh, Hilary. Well, you can catch up at a later date. So get your ribbon and fold it in half so you know where the centre is. And then this here will be roughly the centre. So you want to take your tape off. Backing of the tape, should I say. And then lay it on the tape like that. Go round there, round, and like that. If you haven't got double-sided sellotape, you can just put piece of sellotape on there, because we're going to cover that now, so it won't show. So in your pack you should have a piece of glue and a piece of your matching designer series paper. So you can stick those together. Should have got another glue out. This glue is not going to play the game. Into your pack you've got just want to say, you may or may not have the dot for the eye. The dot for the eye was just a pain, it just kept running away. So if you empty your bag out and find a dot, you've won the lottery. If not, I haven't got a dot, so I'm not going to worry about it. So lay them on your designer series paper and sort out where you're going to put them. So just want to say, so there we are. I moved up into shot a bit. I just want to say and then glue those down. Again, don't use too much glue. I'm just going to put a few dots. Just put that onto there. Yeah, it's a pain when the glue doesn't work. And the thing is, Hilary, when you get a new glue, it just gushes out and mad. The best glue is when it's middle of its life, I think. Come on, come out. Putting miles too much on here, but don't do as I do, do as I say. Stop raining here. Is it raining with you? It's been a gloomy old day, Christopher Robin. Right, now I've got my two. When I've finished my lesson, I'm going to finish off this box. The other box, which is finished, they're both going in the post for birthdays. One is Sunday, so it's got to get in the post today, and one is Monday. So my boxes have got a good use already. Right, I squidged the glue a bit there. So I just want to say, then you're going to take this and you're going to stick it on the top here. Yeah, you can catch up, Hilary, when you get up. Anybody can catch up if they're struggling. So stick that on there. in the middle. You can see it covers up the ribbon. Right, so how are you all doing? Oops, sorry, wobbled the camera. You doing all right? As I say, I'm not going to finish this project. You can finish it later. You know what you're doing now. You're just obviously going to stick all the white bits to the blue bits and then stick the letters on and decorate as however you wish. Stick them all on, fold it up and tie it up with ribbon. So yeah, I think that makes a really good special sort of card for somebody, you know, cheer them up during lockdown. Tie it up. There we are. Right, I'm just going to clear up while you're sorting yourselves out. Okay, I'm going to move on now to the card. We're going to make this card next. So most of you have got the stamp set, so you'll be able to stamp it along with me. Those of you, Estrella and Lynn G, you won't have the stamp set, but in your pack I've included an alternative. I've done you different eggs, so hopefully, and you can fashion yourself some ears out of something. So hopefully that'll be all right. So in your pack you should have a wreath in Gorgeous Grape and a wreath in I think that was Granny Apple Green. You may have little bits still stuck in it. Can you see there? There's a little bit. You need to poke them out. You can use your scissors or you can use a pokey tool. This is on my handy tool from Stampin' Up. It's a brilliant bit of kit, this. You might need quite a bit of a poke. Hopefully they'll come out. Come here. Oops, don't tear it. It's quite delicate. That one's not going to come out. Never mind. Probably cover that up. Right. So that's all the bits out of there apart from that, which I might be able to take the scissors to. It's not too bad. And then the other one. I didn't love you all enough to do this for you. So time consuming when you multiply it up by the number of people doing the class. Right, so then you want to take your card and you want to lay them down. So I'm going to put green one down first. Again, I'm going to use my silicone mat and just dab some glue on. So just don't have to put it all over, just little bits here and there, just as long as it'll hold on to the marked up your concertina, Leslie. Have you stuck it? You might be able to refold it. If you send me a picture of what's happened, or you can have my spare one when I'm next dropping in stuff to you. So as I say, just glue like that. Move that out of the way. And put that at the top, in the centre somewhere. Can't believe it's nearly Easter. I saw an advert. Easter was 2nd of April. I thought it was ages away. That was my mother's birthday, 2nd of April. And my sister's birthday is the 17th, so they quite often have them at Easter. Right, you're going to do the same with this Gorgeous Grape. And you're going to then put it on, but you're going to slightly offset it. As you see, I'm just dotting the glue. I'm not being precious about it. Move that out of the way in case it's got glue on it. And then try and, this has got a sort of circle here where the branches join together. Try and match it up with this circle of the Granny Apple Green if you can, but at the same time try and offset the leaves. So I've got it, I've moved it over too much. Let's ease it back, that's it. You turn it over and rub it. Oh, too much glue. Any bits that are still sticking up, I mean, it gives it a bit of life, but if you don't want it sticking up, you can always go back and put in some more glue. Right, so I'm happy with that. Right, so I'm going to stick in the middle. I'm going to stamp Happy Easter, which is in this set. I'm going to do it in black. So I'm going to find the Happy Easter. No, let's give thanks. I'm no good at reading these backwards. Happy Easter. Yeah. Take this one off. Mount it. Then I'm going to stamp it in the middle of the wreath. So I've got Memento black. I mean, any black or any dark colour will do. Make sure you ink it up well. Before you commit, test it on something. I should have got a piece of grid paper out. I'll test it on here. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to stamp it in the middle. Yeah. Happy Easter. I'm going to clean my stamp. Put that away. Doesn't get lost. Right. So with the eggs, I suggested some colours, but you can use any colours that you have. Don't have to use the colours that I've suggested. So I've suggested Coastal Cabana, Bumblebee and Magenta. So open them up. I've got my eggs mounted. I mean, if you're lucky enough to have the dies as well, you can cut these out with the dies, but I know some of you won't have the dies, so I've given you some spare card here for you to do your eggs and your bunny ears. So stamp the eggs like that. Lindsay and Estrella, I cut you out some eggs, so you're ahead of us. Close up the ink before I put my fingers and my clothes in it. Bumblebee eggs. Close that one up, wipe it off, and Coastal Cabana. So any nice bright colours would be fine. Let's close that one, and then we're going to cut out the eggs. As I say, if you've got the dies, you can use your dies, but for those who don't have any dies, you can cut them out. With fussy cutting, if you turn the paper and keep the scissors still, it's much easier. So there's a little tip for you. So that's an egg. So what you're all going to do for the rest of the day, as I say, I've got to finish off that card and get it down to the two of them down to the post office. Then I should go in my hot tub. This afternoon I'm going to carry on with my crocheting. Well, I'll have to clean up the mess that I've created in here first. Right, that's another one. Cut out my Coastal Cabana eggs. You should all have a piece of spare card in your pack for you to, as I say, stamp your eggs and your bunny ears. When we finish these, I'm going to put them on. Should I put them on? No, I stuck the eggs down to the card and I put the bunny on dimensionals. I designed these projects so long ago, I tend to forget what I've done. Good job I've got a sample to look at. I started to think about June, believe it or not. Right, that's another one, and the last egg. When we finish cutting the eggs out, we'll do the bunny ears, and then we're all ready to do everything on the card. It's just a matter of sticking it all together, putting the ribbon on. Before I wiped off my egg, I should have stamped the inside. Just do a couple of eggs on the inside. That's not very good, it's got a bump on it, that one. Better. There's some lovely weather earlier, but now it's just gone all horrible, wet and dark. It's really nice. I went to see my grandson on Tuesday. It was a lovely day. Nice walk from Charlton Marshall to the old disused station. Right, so I've done that. Now I'm going to stamp my bunny ears. So I'm using Bumblebee again. Sunny with you, Katie, you lucky person. Oh, and you're going to finish your diamond painting wooden Easter wreath. Oh, I'd love to see a picture, Hilary. And Lynn G's got washing and more washing. I have been washing machineless for 3 days. Oh dear, that's awful. Right, so I've just stamped some leaves. They're actually leaves, but we're going to call them bunny ears because we're allowed. Oh, well, I've got. What colour should I do? No, I'm going to do Magenta Madness. So on my inside, I've got muck on that side. I'm going to do some eggs. So I'm going to do Magenta Madness eggs. Or should I do some eggs like that? I might do them along the bottom. A little row of eggs. Yeah, that's my inside. Wipe my thing. Right, cut out the ears. So just the same as you did with the eggs, just around the edge. Sun's coming out here now. Must have heard me. Strange thing happened. All my daffodils last year came up blind. And this year they're all got flowers on. Very strange. They were having a rest or something. I don't know. I'm glad I didn't dig them up and get rid of them. I think we planted them when we came to the house, which was 18 years ago, but I can't remember. Right, so that's my ears. Then you should have an egg in Bumblebee and a little bit like that. That's going to be the bunny. So now we want to decorate the front of our card. So as I say, I stuck mine on. So I'll put one there, lay them out first, decide how you want them to be. And have them like that with my bunny in the middle. So with the bunny, if you stick the head on, just a little tiny bit of glue at the top, like that. Put the bunny's head on and then put his ears on. Again, a little tiny bit of glue on the back. Cooking and washing, Polly. Not cooking whilst doing this, I hope. Right, so that's my bunny. Stick down my eggs. Slightly overlap them like that. one there. And that one there, I think. Get rid of that. And I'm going to stick my bunny in the middle, like that. Oh no, I was going to put dimensionals on here, wasn't I? Get rid of the blue. Dimensionals out. Got a little bunny there. He's really cute. So now I'm going to put my inside in. Stick that in there. Right. So in your pack you should have some ribbon. It's funny sort of netty sort of ribbon, but it's lovely to oh, I've got a glue on me, gotta get that off. It's lovely to tie. So just make bunny ears, haha, bunny, like that. Tie the bow. So it's lovely stuff to work with. Pull it tight. Then make the ends the length you want them. You fluff up your bow. Give it a trim. I'm going to stick that at the bottom of my wreath with a glue dot. And I think it should be all right to go in the post because it's very, very thin ribbon. But obviously get it checked at the post office. Don't want to, the recipient doesn't want to have to pay stupid postal charges. It does really annoy me, that does. Right. So there we are. That's my finished card. So 2 finished cards. I'm going to decorate my envelope. I think I should decorate that with some eggs. And maybe I shall stamp Happy Easter. So that's my eggs. Make your grandson do some of his own washing, Hilary. He's old enough. You should learn how to use the washing machine. Not expect you to do it, especially when you're poorly. And I'm going to stamp Happy Easter over the top. My envelope decorated. Right, I'm going to tidy up and give you a chance to catch up. Get rid of that on my ink. How are you all doing? nearly tidied up the mess. The happy Easter away. Money is away. Put it on my glue. Right. I think we're ready for number 3. So, number 3. Again, it's using a stamp set. So LG and Estrella won't have the stamp set, but I put an alternative in their pack for them. But the principle's the same. So this is the card. I thought, oh dear, quite a male looking card. I wanted to keep the colours really subtle. I know that Polly likes a male card now and again. So nice subtle colours. I used an embossing folder to get this sort of subtle texture to it. So in your pack you should have the embossed layer. I don't know what's on mine, something. The card base, the interior, a piece of spare card to do your stamping on, and 2 pieces for the front. So I think with this we'll start with the stamping. You're going to use, if you've got the stamp set, you're going to use the little parcel. If not, you've got some bits of DSP that I've cut out for you. So I'm going to use crumb cake, soft suede and Sahara sand, I think. Might not be exactly the same as the sample, but that's what I've got here. So again, I'm going to stamp my stamp on a spare bit of card just to check that it's... With the photopolymer, you should really use something underneath to get a good image. I haven't got anything underneath. But keep the stamp actually on the paper for a while to get the ink to go on. So I've got a nice image there. So I'm going to stamp that. Then whilst I've got the ink open, I'm going to stamp, I'm going to do the pear, I think. Stamp the pear on this one. Right, the pear, you've got 2 pairs together and you obviously only want 1 pair. So if you carefully ink it up on the side so you're not inking up the other pair, make sure you've got enough ink on it, obviously. So I'll just do it on the side. Then I'm going to stamp my pear in the middle. There we are. You put smiley faces, Hilary, but it's not going to make very good marriage material if you can't do his own washing, or relationship material. Believe me, I'm married to one. Can't believe I've been married 39 years this year. You remember, Hilary, my 25th? God, it seems donkey's years ago. Well, it was donkey's years ago. So I'm stamping this in crumb cake. As I say, leave the stamp actually in contact with the paper for quite a while to get a good image. Then we're going to put the leaf on this one, same colour. So stamp the leaf in the middle. Actually changed my mind. I'm going to do the other one in Smoky Slate, really doesn't matter what colour you use. You know, if you want a male card, you obviously want to use the more muted colours. If it's for a woman, you probably use brighter colours. So ink that up. Make sure it's in contact with the paper. And then I'm going to do the flower on this one. Right, so I've done all my little presents. Then I'm going to stamp thanks in Early Espresso. I'm careful to avoid that ink smudge that I've made. Now it's give thanks, and I just want thanks. So with this, you can use a Post-it, or just ink up the edge if you're very careful. So with the Post-it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out a little tiny piece. You can do this with any stamp you don't want to use all the stamp. And then put it on the block. And I'm going to ink it up. And I'm going to peel off the, might be a good idea to do it as I'm doing it with a pair of scissors so that you don't get ink on yourself. Put that straight in the bin. And then hopefully down, up, there we are. Then we're going to just cut out all these bits. So with the little parcels, I'm cutting against the stamping. You'd make a better job of cutting out if you use longer scissors with a straight line. Yeah, I remember her upsetting me. So funny now. Now they've moved away, they couldn't do enough for me. I mean, after my accident, they wanted to drive down, pick me up and take me back with them. So strange. But she was horrible to me at the farm. I've no idea why. Strange. Would have been good to have a nice mud fight, wouldn't it, Hilary? Horrible woman. Right. One. I say longer scissors are easier if you want to cut a straight line. Just another tip for you. These are lovely scissors. I had these for Christmas. They're non-stick. Not Stampin' Up scissors, which is naughty, but I get my scissors so messy. It's so lovely to have some that aren't all stuck up with glue. Forever cleaning my scissors. Right. So that's cut out all my little boxes. Now I'm just going to cut out thanks. So what I did was I just went round the thanks, leaving a little border. Oh, excuse me, sneezes. Have you all had your first jab? I've had mine, and Roger had his. I had a sore arm, even though I did what Hilary said and swung my arm around a lot. I still had a very sore arm the next day. I could hardly lift it, but only lasted one day. It was fine the next. But Roger was really ill. He had AstraZeneca, and I had Pfizer. He actually had to go to bed, which for him is unheard of. Never goes to bed, ever. So there you go. At least it's better than having COVID. So I'll cut out my thanks. We can clear up all these bits of rubbish. Right, so with your card you want to stick the embossed layer on first. You need quite a bit of glue for holding on embossed layers because it's altered the surface of the Oh, sorry, Polly. Where did you get the lined oblongs from? Right. So the lined oblongs are in the stamp set, Polly. Here. Have you found it, Polly? Oh dear, poor Norm then. Oh, maybe it affects men more than women. But mind you, I had a different jab. I don't know. You're right, Polly. You found what you need. You need this one that looks like a present. Can you let me know, Polly? That's good. And then you're using the little flower and the pear and the leaf. And you're stamping them in 3 different colours and then using the same colour as a present for each of the motifs. So I've got my pear, my leaf and my little flower. They're all in the same colour. Right, so with this you want to stick on, you've got 2 bits of card here. You want to stick one on top of the other, leaving a little border down the side. So equidistant, I haven't said it yet, but I thought you'd all miss it if I didn't. These with liquid glue, you get an opportunity to slide it about if it's not quite right. Then you're going to stick that onto the card, over to the right hand side, leaving a small gap. Oh, and you were hot and cold and tired, Leslie. Got to be better than being in a hospital on a ventilator. Right. And then if it's hanging over the edge a little bit at the bottom or the top, as mine seems to be, you can cut it with scissors. It's only very slight, but that will annoy me, so I'll cut it with the scissors. There. Then you want to take your, in your pack you should have a little garland, and you want to cut off some of the sprigs. I'm going to choose this one, I think. And then what you're going to do is you're going to stick those on there and then you're going to cover them up with your pieces you cut out. So I'm going to do it on this one like this. And you can decide how you want to lay yours out. So just choose whichever sprig you like. I quite like this sprig down here. I'm going to cut that off, and then I'm going to cut that there, and then put that under that one. So I found the best way to do this was to stick these sprigs on first, and then stick the, oh, made a mess on that one, stick the other bits on afterwards. Seared my ink rubber, take that off. Well, it's better, but it's not perfect. So stick this on, again using little dabs of glue. And stick it in the middle, like that. Then what I did was I turned it and worked on the other end. So again, sticking that in the middle. Oh, it's a bit of ribbon. It's determined to get in the way. I think I've got glue on my fingers, keep picking it up. Stick that roughly in the middle. Oh, that's good. You're having the second one 12th of April, Hilary. I don't know when mine is. My GP apparently will contact me. He contacted me about the last one. Right, I'm going to stick these on dimensionals. I've got ink on me and I keep putting ink on my card, which is annoying. So put some dimensionals on. Put that, making sure it's equidistant. Then I did the same with the bottom. So I'm putting this one on the bottom. Obviously make sure I get it up the right way. Oh, it doesn't look very straight, Rosie. Better. That one on the bottom. Pardon me. Right. And then that one in the middle. And then take your ribbon, fold it in half, well, fold a little bit, you don't want too much, you probably got far more than you actually need. Cut a diagonal on it like that, and then get a glue dot and stick it so they're offset here. So glue dot. That in the middle, and then fold it and offset it. And then a glue glue dot to hold it on the front of the card. So I sort of lined it up like that with the edge. And then I used a tiny bit of glue dot, a tiny bit of dimensional to stick the thanks on. So with your dimensionals, you can always cut off the edge. Don't waste any. So you see I've got a small bit there. Put that on the back of my thanks. And I can put that on like that. Okay. Then inside, stick your bit. I'm going to stick, what should I do? I'll do some pairs. I'm going to stamp 2 pairs on the inside. I'll just stamp 2 pairs just to decorate the inside. Right. Yeah, so that's my card finished. Both my cards. I'm going to tidy up, give you a chance to catch up. Put all my stamps away, clean them. So I don't lose them, I put my clothes in them. Flower. This is last one. Pears. Edwin's saying equidistance, my favourite word. It is my favourite word. Don't think I can spell it, but I like it. I like all my cards to be equidistant. Oh, that's that one then. Right, moving on to the last card. So this one's the last card. Quite pretty. The only thing you need to be aware of with this one, oh dear, I didn't stick that down very well, is try not to get glue on the gold bit, because it will mark it. I mean, you can polish it out with a bit of a cotton wool bud or a duster or something. So in your pack, lots of little bits. So you've got this gorgeous embossed piece. I mean, this is so lovely, the way it's brush strokes and the way it so deeply embosses it. So I'm going to have it over that way. Firstly, I'm going to stick that on. Then you've got a piece of this lovely acetate, which may or may not have a backing on. If it's got a backing on, you need to peel it off. You'll see it at the corners. Very, very thin, the backing. I'm not sure it has got backing on, but If it has, I can't get it off. Right. So you've got a silver side and you've got a gold side, so you can choose. I'm going to use gold because the bits in your kit are gold, so it all goes together. So with this, you just want to put a tiny little bit of glue along the very edge, because you don't want glue to get onto the acetate and be shown. So like that. And then you're going to stick gold bits along the edge just to finish it off and also help hold on the acetate. Try not to use one of my special cloths. She says, where have they gone? Disappeared. Never mind, have to be a special piece of kitchen rolling. Now we're going to stick this one on here. Right, now we're going to stick the birthday on. You want to be careful with the glue, and if you've got a little bit of something stuck in there, you need to get rid of that. So again, with your pokey tool or your scissors, poke that out. So glue and then put that at the top, in the middle. Turn it over, press down, and then we're going to put our flower on. So I've sort of put it at a jaunty angle. I decided where the flower's going and then stuck the leaves on. I need to hold that down for a bit because it's difficult to stick on the acetate and the gold. And I've marked it with a glue, which is what I said not to do. Right, so now with the flower, you want to put some dimensionals on there. Raise it up a bit. And then lastly, you've got some little gold embellishments. I'm going to use my take a pick tool, pick these up, and then just put them on randomly. The law of threes, or the law of odd numbers. You should never have an even number of things on a card for aesthetic reasons. Right, get rid of that. And there's my, no, I haven't done my bow. Right, bunny ears again. Cross the bunny ears over. And pull. And then sort of manoeuvre it around till you've got it the way you want it. Oh, thank you for paying, Hilary. Nearly the end of my financial year, so I'm doing my accounts. I hate April. I'll have to go off to the accountant. Right. And then just place it on there with a glue dot. Sorry, I banged the camera with my head. There we are. So that's finished. So that's the end of the class, ladies. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got any problems, you can message me or ring me. If you want to do, I've got people booked for the April class, but if you want to do my May class, believe it or not, it is up on the Facebook page, and I would be really grateful if you want to do it. If you booked now, obviously you don't have to pay till nearer the time, but at least booking early, it means I can get everything cut. And I am, believe it or not, getting stuff together for my June class. I hope you keep well, ladies, and that you enjoyed today's projects. Thank you, Lindsay, that you loved my projects. And I wish you well for the week, and I shall see you all again in April. Bye-bye. You're very welcome, Nikki. I'm just trying to turn my phone off.